Jungkook sat stiffly in his chair, legs spread apart, elbows braced on his knees. The file was in his hands, heavier than it should be. A single word stared back at him: infertile. Jungkook stared, waiting for it to hit. Rage, grief, anything? There was only silence. Then a soft knock. His head snapped up. The door cracked open just enough for Wine to peek in. She hesitated. He saw it in the way her fingers curled around the edge of her door, in the slight furrow of her brows. Wine, you have been here for a while. What did they say? Jungkook blinked once, then twice. Slowly, he shut the folder. JK, it doesn't matter. Let's go home. His voice was calm despite everything. She didn't move at first. He knew she wanted to ask more, press further, but she didn't. Instead, she nodded, letting him guide her out. The clinic door clicked shut behind them. The house was dim when they arrived. Wine walked in first, eyes flicking toward Jungkook. He had barely said a word on the drive home. Wine held his hand softly, letting him know whatever storm was raging inside of him, he wasn't alone. She was always there for him. Jackie, I've something to take care of, he murmured as he softly squeezed her hand. Jackie, go to room first. Wine, okay. Jungkook lingered for a second longer before stepping away. He needed a moment. He needed to compose himself before he could face his wife. Those hopeful eyes of hers, those dream of hers holding a child, those names she had already decided. He didn't have it in him to crash them just like this, with a single word. So he went to his study. The moment the door shut behind him, he tossed the report onto the desk with a dull thud. He loosened his tie, fingers threading through his hair. As he exhaled, he wasn't alone. Jungkook's movement stiffened. His mother sat in one of the chairs, back straight, hands folded neatly in her lap. An envelope rested in front of her. Candace, long day? Nzeki, what do you want? Her lips pressed together, but not in surprise. She reached forward, sliding the envelope toward him. Candace, I heard about the results. His jaw clenched. Of course you did. Candace, it's time to end this. She's useless to you now. She can't give you a hair. You married her for a purpose, and she failed. You need to. Laughter. Quiet, humorless, laced with venom. Candace, this isn't a joke, Jungkook. Take it. You think my wife is disposable? His mother didn't even blink, no shame in her actions. Candace, I think you're forgetting who you are. You have a duty to this family. Jungkook exhaled slowly. Then he stood up. He already had too much going on in his head to entertain this nonsense. JK, leave. Before I forget you are my mother, and remember, I don't take orders. Once his mother left, Jungkook went back to his room. If his mother was here, it only meant one thing. Wine must have found out the truth too. His first choice took him back to his room. There she was, curled up on the bed, back to him, small, scared. His throat tightened. She always slept on his side when he wasn't in bed first, curling into the space he left behind, but tonight there was a distance. A hollow gap between her body and the rest of the world, like she was trying to disappear into herself. Jungkook inhaled slowly, then exhaled. He sat on the edge of the bed. JK, you're quiet, he murmured, his fingers grazed against her arm. Wine, what did she say? She asked quietly after a long pause. Her voice was barely above a whisper, but he heard everything beneath it, the fear, the pain, the quiet acceptance of something that hadn't been spoken yet. JK, nothing. Nothing worth repeating. Wine, you know she's right. He stilled. No, he didn't want to hear that from her. Wine, you deserve a family. You deserve. His patience snapped. Before she could finish, his fingers closed around her wrist, pulling her towards him with enough force just to break the distance he had put between them. He saw the red rimmed eyes, the way she had tried to blink away her pain but failed. He saw it all, the devastation she had kept quiet, the war raging inside of her. It broke his patience. JK, you think I love you for that? You think I'd let you walk away just because of some useless expectations? Wine, I know. It was their stupid expectations, but what about you? You wanted a child too. You wanted to become a father. Her lashes fluttered, more tears clinging to them as her voice broke. He kissed her. He couldn't take the pain in her voice. Her fingers curled into his shirt, torn between resisting and surrendering, but he didn't let her decide. Take it, you're mine. I'll bury anyone who tries to take you away from me. His hand cupped the back of her head, fingers threading into her hair, holding her against his chest. His lips pressed against her forehead, lingering there, warm and steady. Take it. You don't have to be strong with me. Not when it hurts. Wine, I'm sorry. She whispered as tears rolled down. Take it. We don't need anything else. As long as I have you, that's enough. She exhaled, and this time, when he pulled her under the covers with him, she let herself be held. The next morning, Jungkook sat at the head of the breakfast table. his arm lazily draped along the back of Ryan's chair. She was beside him like his bride, his choice, his woman. However, they weren't alone. His mother was there as well, along with another woman who had her head lowered with an air of submission. Jungkook barely spared her a glance. Candace, Jungkook, meet her. This is Ella. He looked bored, refusing to glance at the woman in the presence of his own. His mother ignored the cold edge in his eyes. Candace, if you refuse to leave Ryan, then at least be reasonable. JK, enlighten me. Candace, Ella can give you what your wife can't. Jungkook felt the way Ryan tensed. Candace, you don't have to replace your wife. Just use her to give us a heir. Silence. The woman stood there, trained to be quiet, to be available. She didn't meet his eyes. Jungkook exhaled slowly, then without looking at his mother, he reached for his coffee. JK, you're embarrassing yourself, mother. His mother seemed clearly affected. Candace, she'll only provide you what your wife will do. I don't see how that's wrong. Candace, and you, Warren, you're really going to sit there and let this happen? You did not marry a common man. You married my son. He need a heir to continue this legacy. You clearly failed your duty. Jungkook was sick and disgusted of that thought. As he was about to lose his control, Wine placed a hand on his thigh, stopping him there. Wine, I'm his wife, not by luck, not by mistake, not because of some duty to this family, but because he chose me. And right now, your words are too loud, telling everybody here you don't have a little maternal affection towards your son. Candace, lady, watch your tongue. Wine, did you once comfort him as a mother? Did you once try to console him? Instead, you just brought him another woman like a toy. Oh, problem solved. Candace, I'm doing that because I care about him. Wine, you care about your legacy, not your son and his feelings. But I don't love him for his name or his empire or for what he can give me. I love him because he's mine. Something flickered in his chest. Pride. He felt it in his bones, in his soul. This woman was his, and she had just claimed him despite the pain she had faced. His mother opened her mouth, then closed it. For the first time, she had nothing to say. Jungkook smirked, leaning back in his chair. It's you heard her. His mother exhaled, and without another word, she turned and left. Ella hesitated for a moment before bowing her head slightly as an apology and hurried back after her. Jungkook turned to Wine and pulled her on his lap, taking her lips in between his. Take it. Oh, my fierce little wife. I'll love you for what you did. Wine, you were right. As long as I have you, it's more than enough. Jungkook smiled and Wine dug her face in his neck. She was upset for not having a child, for not giving him one, but she was not answerable to his family at all. It was their matter, and if her husband was alright with it, then she was too. He was enough. They were enough.